Hello everybody, welcome to QuickSave, your quick checkpoint throughout the week for all the video game news. My name is Gold, and boy, there is just a lot to talk about today. 2 stories, but they are big. And it's amazing to me to see the difference from the difference of 1 week can happen. Yes, last week I was talking about positive things happening like to Highguard, which we're going to talk about in a little bit here. And just 1 week goes by and boy, a lot changes, but we'll get to that later. First, we're going to go to our first story, which is PlayStation State of Play. My gosh, it was fantastic. I believe it was the longest State of Play they have ever had. Now, I don't know if it is the same length as their showcases, because the State of Plays and the showcase is sort of weird, but they haven't had a showcase for a long time, and this was really good. So I have a list that I got from Chris Scullion at VGC, makes it a lot easier to read. And the first thing they showed off was Kena, Scars of Cosmora, which is a sequel to Kena Bridge of Spirits, which came out a few years ago. And it looks really good. I've not played the first one, but this looks like a proper sequel. It looks bigger. It looks like they've really fleshed out a lot of stuff, and it looks really good. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on each game because there's so many to go over, but I'm very excited to try this out. Ghost of Yotei Legends, the multiplayer mode for the game, is coming next month. I've never tried the first one, but everyone says that it's very fun, and this also looks very fun. Death Stranding 2 is coming to PC next month with new modes and features. We got more gameplay on 4Loop, which is from one of the original Left 4 Dead creators, and Bad Robot. It looks better than when I first saw it. When I first saw it, it looked bad. Well, I didn't think it looked fantastic. It looked like one of those games you always see, and then you forget it ever existed. It looked better. There were some interesting ideas. I liked it. Aside from the fact that every time not just when they aim down the sights, every time they showed the game, it looked like it was chugging at 25 FPS. And it looks fun. It does. They have good ideas. Just, my gosh, they're running on like a Windows 98 computer there, because it is moving, it is chugging. But something that wasn't chugging was Pragmata. We got another trailer showing off that a demo is now available on the PS5, and I personally am very excited for Pragmata. It looks very cool. The demo was fun. I tried it on Steam a while back, and I am eagerly anticipating its release. Now, one that I'm not eagerly anticipating is Resident Evil Requiem. Not that I don't think it's going to be a fantastic game. It's because I can't take horror games. They scare me half to death. This is going to sell like gangbusters, I'm sure. And I'm happy for everyone who likes to be scared, which is not me. Legacy of Kain, Defiant Remastered was announced. Never played the games. I don't know much about them. But the thing that puzzles me is the fact that they also announced Legacy of Kain Ascendance, which is a 2D side-scroller, but they didn't announce it at the State of Play. And it looks really good. In fact, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. The God of War game that they announced later on, the 2D one, I'll get to that. I don't care for that art style as much as I do this. So I don't know why they didn't show it off. But this looks real. This is the first new, the other one, Defiance is remastered, but Ascendance is the first new one in Legacy of Kain in 2 decades. So why they didn't show that off, it sort of puzzles me. But I will say, Defiance Remastered looks like a real proper remaster. They have a lot of extra stuff. They have a demo for a game that was never released, better graphics, and just improvements. So sometimes they it's remastered. I'm very impressed with this. Next, they showed off Brigadine Abyss. Looks interesting. I won't play it. But hey, it's there. Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. It's just Dead or Alive 6. A little more. It is going to have a free-to-play version, which is interesting. And a new Dead or Alive is coming at some point. I probably won't play it either. Control Resonant. Now that's a game I want to try. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. This new gameplay trailer, it's basically it's Gravity Rush, and that is a fantastic thing. It's like creepy Gravity Rush, and my gosh, man, I need to play Control 1, and I need to play this. Crimson Moon looks like a game we're all going to forget. It looks sort of cool. It's co-op, but we're going to forget it at some point, I'm sure. Beast of Reincarnation continues to show that Game Freak can actually make a game look good, and I'm not sure what they're doing with Pokemon. Really not sure, but it's coming August 4th. Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition is coming this week, with a physical edition coming later this year. And it also, like the Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered, you can play a little piece of a game. I don't have the notes in front of me, but you can see it on screen here. You can play a little bit of something that was never released. And I think that's really cool, giving everybody just a little behind-the-scenes taste. That's what they need to do for more of these anniversary editions. I think it's a really nice touch and shows that they're actually trying to make these special and worth your money and worth going back to. Mina the Hollower finally has a release date on, well, the release date is on Horizon, and it'll be coming in spring, but a demo is coming on Friday. So I know there was a lot of worry for Yacht Club Games. Their financial status, I think, was scary. But thankfully, this is coming out, and if their track record shows anything, it will be good. Neva Prologue will be released on February 19th. I would love to play this game. It looks beautiful, but I know I would want to play the first one first. But someone's going to die. It's going to be sad, and the art is just like drop dead gorgeous. But it's sort of also unsettling. There's hands in this trailer for the prologue. There's hands reaching after you, and it's ooh. But more of the fact is, I'll be depressed this one probably not going to be depressing. You'll be happy, but this is actually the one I probably need to play. Not the first one. Yako Shinobi Ops is a 4-player co-op ninja game by the original studio behind Tenchu, due in 2027. Looks sort of cool. Project Windless. Okay. It is a game based on a fantasy novel, The Bird That Drinks Tears, which is a classic Korean epic fantasy novel by Lee Young-do, who's often called the J.R.R. Tolkien of South Korea. You're a buff rooster, and it's like Dynasty Warriors. That's all you need to know. Star Wars Galactic Racer showed off gameplay, and they finally showed a pod racer at the end. I don't know if they showed them in the first one, but they highlighted it in this trailer, so I'm guessing they didn't. And it's coming later this year, so they're still sticking to that date. 007 First Light, I worry about this game, I'll be honest. I want to like it. I want it to be good, but I'm scared because there's just something that just doesn't feel right to me. I hope it's good. I genuinely do. But there's just something about it that doesn't feel right. Like it's not going to live up. I think the story might be good, but I feel like the gameplay might not be what people want. But hopefully I'm wrong. The big surprise here, well, one of the big surprises, one of the two real big surprises, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2. Metal Gear Solid 4, which has originally been stuck on the PlayStation 3 since it came out, who knows how long ago. Peace Walker, the PSP game, which everybody loves, and Ghost Babel. Well, Ghost Babel's not getting any upgrade or anything, but the Game Boy Color game, which I'll just point out, your host has, it's very cool, is coming in this collection, and that's great. And the weird thing is, according to IGN, 4's multiplayer will not be in the package, but Peace Walkers will be. So that probably means that you can go fight Monster Hunter's Rathlos in this, which is a wonderful surprise. It's sad the multiplayer for 4's not there, but I never would have expected it there anyways. Darwin's Paradox, the octopus game by Konami, is coming out on April 2nd with a demo coming on Friday. It reminds me a lot of Limbo or Inside. I feel like this is going to be a very good game. Castlevania Belmont's Curse looks really cool, actually. At the beginning, I wasn't sure if I liked the art style, but I think I do. And it's by Motion Twin and Evil Empire, who did Dead Cells. So this is probably going to end up being a really solid game. Silent Hill Townfall, not going to play it. It's a first-person game, definitely not going to play it, but there it is. Rev Noir, another new JRPG, looks interesting. John Wick. Now, I'll be honest, I sat forward in my seat for this one. This looked pretty nice. It comes from Saber Interactive, and they actually showed some gameplay. Looks very violent, but my gosh, in that trailer, he blocked a bullet with his watch. I mean, that's pretty, come on. They announced that Marathon is holding an open preview weekend later this month. The more I see Marathon, the more I think it's actually going to end up pretty good for this. The art, or should I say the stolen art, really works well. They showed off a few PlayStation Plus editions, most notably the fact that Spider-Man 2 is coming, which is, well, that's a great thing. Welcome, very welcome addition. Big Walk will be coming to PlayStation Plus game catalog later this year. I'm very excited about this. I think this will be an absolute blast to play with friends, and I cannot wait to get it. I don't know when it's actually coming. I don't know if they've had a proper release date, but at least it's this year. Sorrows showed a permanent progression system. Marvel took on Fighting Souls, something I'm personally very excited about. Will be released on August 6th, and they showed off the Unbreakable X-Men. Along with the already announced Storm, they announced Magic, Wolverine, and Danger, along with all of their English voice actors. Very looking forward to this very much. And the big announcements that they saved for last was the God of War trilogy remake. They said it's far off, so we're probably not seeing this for at least 2 years, maybe more. And the fact that they're doing all three in a single remake, they have their work cut out for them. So don't expect this anytime soon at all. But what you can expect soon is God of War Sons of Sparta, which they shadow dropped for $29.99. It's a 2D Metroidvania. The combat looks good. I don't really care, like I mentioned earlier, for the art style. But who doesn't love a good shadow drop? So this is a phenomenal way to end the show. And that's all that they showed at the State of Play. And holy cow, they have set a bar for themselves, because this was probably one of their best, if not their best, they've ever done. Now we go on from really nice happy news to just sad and depressing. As mentioned earlier, Highguard. Oof, they've had a week. Wildlight Entertainment announced on X, "Today we made an incredibly difficult decision to part ways with a number of our team members while keeping a core group of developers to continue innovating on and supporting the game. We're proud of the team, talent, and the product we've created together. We're also grateful for players who gave the game a shot and those who continue to be a part of our community." One of the employees at Wildlight Entertainment posted on LinkedIn, "Unfortunately, along with most of the team at Wildlight, I was laid off today. This one really stings, as there was a lot of unreleased content I was really looking forward to that I and others designed for Highguard." So this is very sad news that I hate to hear. I was really hoping that Highguard would have a future, and it just doesn't look like it will. Vicky Blake at IGN says that former Highguard developer reflects on disastrous announcement and launch. Quote, "We were turned into a joke from minute one." A developer who worked on Highguard has discussed the, quote, "hate" he received after the free-to-play shooter debuted at December's The Game Awards, saying the game, and by extension its team, quote, "turned into a joke from minute one, largely due to false assumptions about $1 million ad placement." Now, in a candid statement posted to X, tech artist and rigger Josh Sobel, who was one of those let go, talked about the impact of the launch on himself and the well-being of the entire team. Quote, "The day leading to the Game Awards 2025 was amongst the most exciting of my life. After 2.5 years of passionately working on Highguard, we were ready to reveal it to the world. The future seemed bright. Everyone I knew who had any connection to the team or project had the same positive sentiments," he wrote, adding that unbiased internal pre-reveal feedback was quite positive, and when it was negative, it was constructive and often actionable. But then the trailer came out, and it was all downhill from there, Sobel added. Content creators love to point out the bias in folks who give positive previews after being flown out for an event, but ignore the fact that when their negative-leaning content gets 10 times the engagement of the positive, they've got just as much incentive to lean into a disingenuous direction, whether consciously or not. If this pattern continues, all that will be left are corporations, at least in the multiplayer space. Innovation is on life support, he added. Even if Highguard had a rocky launch, our independent, self-published, dev-led studio full of passionate people just trying to make a fun game with zero AI and zero corporate oversight deserved better than this. We deserve the bare minimum of not having our downfall be gleefully manifested. And he has a lot more to his article, but I will link Josh Sobel's entire X article reflecting on shipping my first game, Highguard, in the description. I really hate hearing this. I was rooting for Highguard. I didn't personally care for it a ton. I tried 2 matches and I haven't gone back to it yet, though I'd like to try a little bit. I am curious because they said they have a whole year of content already made. So whoever this core team that remains, will they try to use that? I wonder. Can they last that long? The amount of players are so low, even if they would all buy the battle passes and the cosmetic pack, I don't think any of that's enough to actually support them. Highguard will continue to be something we look at over and over again, but probably not for long. But I really hope that everyone that was let go can get a good job somewhere else. In other news, we're just doing one because this is going to take me an eternity to edit, and I'll be honest, tonight I don't have that much time. Kingdom Come Deliverance, the first one, has a next-gen update with a whole bunch of just making it look pretty. I'll be honest, when I watched the trailer, I didn't realize. I'm looking at it now going, wow, this is sort of ugly. And I remember when I first saw it, boy, it looked good. And now it doesn't. It's amazing how time does that. But they're making it look better for you, and I believe it's for free. So that is all. That is all the news for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.